Hi, I'm Scott Turansky from the National Center for Biblical Parenting, and our goal is to offer heart-based solutions for parents so that they can work with their children. We believe that parents are the best spiritual trainers and counselors for their children if they have a good plan. And so I want to take some time and just talk to you about correction and how we're going to do that. See, I find that many times when family life is going great and we don't have a problem, then relationships are easy to develop. We play games with kids, we laugh together, things are going fine. So when things are going well, then relationships are somewhat easy to foster. The challenge happens when the tension increases in the relationship, or kids are doing the wrong thing. And when kids are doing the wrong thing, then we need to do something about it. So, if you've got young people who are doing the wrong thing and you've got to put some limits on, or you've got to set the correction down, or you've got to do something that's hard, then what it does, it usually creates tension in the relationship between the parent and child. And that it isn't what you want. I mean, you have to do it, but it's really hard to go ahead and take that step. So I want to talk about how do we love kids who need correction. That's going to be the real challenge, whether they're young children or 3, 4, and 5, or they're teenagers or 16, 17, 18, or whatever age they are. We have to deal with this part of parenting where we have to correct children. It's part of our job. We give them instructions, we correct them, and we set limits. Those are 3 big things that we do in their lives. But when we're correcting them, it often produces this tension, and it's in those moments we have to remember some important things in order to strengthen relationship. I find that it's in those moments that tension often presses in on the relationship and creates distance. So we want to do what we can in the midst of correction to try to help make that work. 1, here's an idea. And by the way, the ideas I'm sharing with you are the same ones that I just published in a blog at thrivingkidsconnection.com. So you can read these ideas there. I'll share some more than what's in the blog there, but you could find some of these ideas right in the blog post at thrivingkidsconnection.com. And the title of the blog post is How to Love Kids Who Need to Be Corrected. So one idea that can really help is to show empathy in the midst of the process. Son, I know you're having a hard time, but, and then we can go forward. So we make some kind of an emotionally connected statement in the midst of the challenge. So when a child needs to be corrected, if we can show some empathy for them when we're correcting them, then that often can ease some of the tension that exists. Now, children may still get upset and yell at you and be up, but that's their problem. At least you're doing your part. The second thing we can do, if we want to contribute to relationship in the midst of correction, is to keep our own emotions in check somehow. I know that it's frustrating, because usually when a child needs correction, it means something's wrong. And when something's wrong, it makes you feel angry and upset. And so you want to do something about it, and sometimes you use the emotion to communicate that. So it'd be best, if you're going to love a child who needs to be corrected, to still be firm. They need to be corrected. But to pull out some of that drama and that emotion out of your own heart can make the correction work more effectively, and it can do your part to keep the relationship open. You can't control the other person's response, and the child may be angry, upset, and whatever, but still, they're watching what's going on, and when a parent's upset, then now there's 2 people upset. But if the child's upset and the parent's not yelling and is trying to remain calm, then it transfers that responsibility to the child. The child is just, upset, but the parent still has this open arms kind of a response, like the prodigal son's father who had arms open wide, ready to receive that child back. So that's another way that we can help them. And a third way that we can show love in the midst of correction is to do some listening. And sometimes it means that we say to a young person, look, I'm feeling like you're disobeying me, or I'm feeling like, I actually feel like you're being dishonest here. I'd like to hear what you have to say about this. And sometimes listening to a child can be a way to demonstrate love in the midst of a correction episode. Demonstrating listening at any time is good because it opens doors of relationship and so on. So using listening can be a great way to foster this sense of relationship. So those are some ideas about relationship and correction. Just to keep in mind that relationship is a key parenting tool. We've identified 7 parenting tools. I've listed them on the blog post at thrivingkidsconnection.com, so you can check them out there. There are 7 parenting tools that all parents can use. These are the 7 tools. Now, every child needs a specific recipe of these ingredients, so some need more of this than the other thing, and each of the 7 ingredients represent buckets of solutions. Each one has techniques and ideas in them. Today, I'm focusing in on the relationship tool. That relationship tool is very important because it opens the door for convictions and values to pass through. So even outside of the correction model, if we go just to understanding the importance of relationship, we look at a passage like Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 6 to 9 says that we want to impress these commands that God has given on our children as we walk along the road, as we're getting up, as we're going to bed at night. What they're saying is, in the midst of relationship, you use relationship to pass values onto your children. Relationship is a tool. Some parents make the mistake in thinking that relationship is an end in itself. If that's where you are, then you're likely wanting to have a happy family and everybody to be fine. And so having just a happy family becomes an end. But it's never an end in the scriptures. Having a happy family and a strong family is a means to accomplishing a mission in life. Having a strong relationship with your child opens the doors, the windows of their heart, so that you can pass values on. So I would encourage you to use the relationship tool regularly. It's one of 7 tools, but it's a powerful one. The other tools each need to be in place. And if you're struggling in your relationship with your children, if you got a problem, they're not changing, it probably means that the recipe needs to be adjusted. Many parents are doing good things with their children, but they're not seeing change. If you're not seeing change, then you want to take the 7 tools and adjust them and adjust the recipe because your child needs something different. One child might need something and another needs something very different. So and try to understand what it looks like, and you can use that significantly in helping children change. Especially today, we're talking about using this love or relationship in the midst of correction, but you want to use it continually in every of the rooms of parenting. That is the getting things done department. We're talking about correction, the accepting no as an answer, that is setting limits, the relationship department in general with peers and family relationships. All of these are the different rooms of a child's life. Spiritual training. Relationship is going to help in all of those. 7 tools. Relationship is important. Go to thrivingkidsconnection.com to read about the other 7 tools. Right at the bottom, you'll see them listed. We'll post some other blog posts, one on each one, over the next period of time, but you'll at least see what they are listed at the bottom of the page. So Thriving Kids Connection, I'm Scott Turansky, interested in a heart-based approach, empowering parents to do their work as they're working with children. God bless you and have a great rest of the day.